Would you like to dictate how 2023 goes and not the other way around? Would you like to set the market rather than the market setting you? This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate, and today I want to give you 4 things that you must do right now and continue on through 2023 to make it your best year yet. Four things. What are they? Number 1, you need to get alone and get quiet. I've said this in previous videos, but you need to take the time on a regular basis to get by yourself, shut out all the noise, and just think and listen about what you are planning to do. How are things going? Ask yourself questions like, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How do I feel physically? How do I feel spiritually? How do I feel emotionally? How do I feel in my soul? You need to ask yourself these questions on a semi-regular basis. I call it a checkup from the neck up, but you need to get alone and get quiet and do that. And it's not a bad idea to do it with the journal, and I'll share more about that later on in this video. So number 1, get alone and get quiet and think. The second thing you have to do in 2023 is you have to commit to coaching. Some sort of coaching, whether it's somebody that you pay for, whether it's somebody that's in your organization, whether it's a friend that can raise you up, whether it's a video, whether it's somebody you subscribe through the mail, whatever it is, you've got to find somebody that can take you to the next level. Why do you need to do this? Are you already where you want to be? Have you already arrived? Maybe you have. Maybe you just need that coach to keep you at that level. But most of us realize there's more. And if you want to find more, you need to go find yourself a coach that can get you there. What kind of questions do you ask the coach if you interview them? Ask them what kind of things they excel in. Where have they taken people before? If you're in an organization, look around you and ask yourself, are there people in this organization that are like I want to be? Is there somebody that I can look up to? Has this coach or mentor taken people where I want to go? So number 1, get alone and get quiet and ask yourself some hard questions. Number 2, find a coach. Number 3, you need to find an accountability partner or group. Accountability is different from coaching, right? Accountability is somebody that knows you at a deeper level. They can ask you questions about why. They can take you deep into your thoughts and figure out what motivates you to do the things that you want to do. There might be some personal or some professional challenges that you face that not many people know about. You need to find an accountability group that can call you up on those things, that have the permission, that you give the permission to ask you the hard questions. They can say, hey, did you do that last week? You didn't? Put them in timeout, do it next week. It has to be somebody that you like, it's somebody that you know, and it has to be somebody that you trust. It has to be somebody in your inner circle. I would recommend not your spouse. That's just my personal opinion. Not your significant other. If you're a female, find a female. If you're a male, find a male. Just my personal opinion. Somebody that can really dig deep and can hold you accountable. It can even be a small group where you hold each other accountable. But you want somebody to call you to a higher level of living, both professionally and personally. So number 1, get alone, get quiet. Number 2, find a coach. Number 3, find an accountability group. And number 4, my gold nugget for today, and where you'll write a lot of the things that you did in step number 1 today, is I'm going to tell you a secret tip that someone told me about a month ago that is revolutionary, and I want you to do it. Create an email address just for yourself. Maybe I would call it tadfulfordjournals@gmail.com. The only thing that goes in that email, the only thing is notes that I write to myself. It becomes my online journal, and you start putting things in there on a regular basis that you want to say to yourself. If you've had a bad day, put it in there. If you've had a good day, put it in there. If you've had a personal milestone or a personal setback, put it in there. Just pretend maybe it's tadfulfordsdiary@gmail.com. You're the only one that has that password and that email address. You don't give it out. Marshalls, you don't give it to Target. You don't give it to your spouse. You don't give it to anyone. You just write notes to yourself. Can you imagine over time the catalog of information that you will find, the value that you will find in that diary or that journal? It will be something that you can look back to year after year after year. You may recognize patterns and trends in your life. Maybe January, February is always an up time for you. Maybe it's always a down time for you. Over time, you will learn things about yourself that will make you a more effective human in the future. So those are the 4 things I recommend you do. I recommend you get alone and get quiet and write down and ask yourself some hard questions. Write down some things. Number 2, find a coach. Number 3, get in an accountability group and do some serious work on getting better. And number 4, create an email address for just you and write yourself some notes. I hope you have an incredible 2023. This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate, and I hope this video helps you rise up.